Every day, life silently asks you one question. Are you in control of yourself? Or are you reacting to everything around you? Most people never stop to answer it. They spend their lives reacting, resisting, and regretting. Stoicism exists to end that cycle. Stay with this video until the end, and you will learn how the Stoics built calm, discipline, and unshakable strength in a chaotic world. Every morning, your mind hands you yesterday's garbage. Mistakes, arguments, regret, missed chances. Most people pick it up again and wonder why they feel heavy before the day even starts. The Stoics refused to carry mental trash. Repair number 1. Throw out yesterday. What's done is done. You don't erase the lesson, you erase the weight. Seneca warned that happiness is impossible when you drag the past into the present. A cluttered mind cannot build a strong day. Repair number 2. Check your foundation. Before piling on tasks, ask, what can I realistically carry today? Some days your foundation is strong. Some days it's cracked. Wisdom is not doing more. Wisdom is carrying only what the structure can support. Marcus Aurelius adjusted his expectations daily, not from weakness, but precision. Repair number 3. Fix small problems early. Small worries ignored become massive disasters. A crack sealed early takes minutes. A collapse takes years. Stoics dealt with discomfort immediately because delay multiplies pain. Identify one small issue today. Fix it now, not later. Some things in your life are poison, and you already know what they are. Repair number 4. Remove what's poisoning you. Toxic people, destructive habits, beliefs that shrink you. Seneca taught, anything you can't let go of owns you. You cannot heal while consuming poison. Repair number 5. Decide what you won't compromise. If everything bends, everything breaks. Stoics had non-negotiables, principles that carried the weight of their identity. Integrity is a load-bearing wall. Crack it and everything collapses. Repair number 6. Release pressure. Suppression is not control. It's delayed explosion. Marcus Aurelius wrote daily not to inspire, but to survive. Say one uncomfortable truth today. Pressure released early prevents destruction later. Strong minds vent, they don't explode. Repair number 7. Prepare for failure before it arrives. Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, imagining setbacks calmly. Not pessimism, preparation. When things go wrong, panic belongs to the unprepared. Repair number 8. Protect the first 30 minutes. If the world speaks first, it owns your mind. No phone, no news, no noise. Clarity before chaos. Repair number 9. Feed your mind quality. Garbage in, garbage out. Marcus Aurelius warned, the soul is dyed by its thoughts. Choose nourishment before entertainment. Repair number 10. Test yourself on purpose. Comfort weakens, discomfort trains. Cold, silence, hard choices. Practice strength before life demands it. Repair number 11. Daily self-inspection. Small damage caught early is easy to fix. Stoics examine themselves daily, not to judge, but to maintain. Repair number 12. Build something that lasts. Emails fade, meetings disappear, character remains. Create before you consume. Build before you react. Legacy begins in the morning. Stoic Foundation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, never explain yourself to anyone. Your friends don't need it, and your enemies won't believe you. Stoicism is not arrogance. It is self-containment. When you explain yourself unnecessarily, You hand your inner authority to someone else. Why people over-explain. They fear being misunderstood. They fear rejection. They fear standing alone in their decisions. But Stoics understood something brutal. Needing to be understood is needing permission, and permission is weakness. Power versus validation. Validation feels comforting, but it erodes discipline. Epictetus taught, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Stoics accepted misunderstanding, because peace is worth more than approval. Part 1 close. Silence is not avoidance, it is alignment, and alignment does not need explanation. Part 2. Silence as psychological armor. Opening. Manipulation only works when you react. Silence removes leverage. Why silence terrifies manipulators. Manipulators need emotional reactions, explanations, justification. Silence gives them nothing. Seneca wrote, "No man is hurt but by himself." When you stay silent, you deny them control over your emotional state. Arguments drain power. Every argument invites chaos. Stoics didn't argue to win. They observed to understand. Silence ends the battlefield. Silence protects energy. Every explanation costs energy. Every defense drains focus. Stoics guarded energy like currency. What drains you controls you. Silence preserves momentum. Part 2 close. Silence is not emptiness, it is containment. Contained power lasts. Part 3 respect, boundaries, and quiet authority. Opening. Respect is not demanded, it is felt, and it disappears quietly. The moment respect fades. Respect fades when you over-justify, you over-apologize, you over-explain. Stoics refused all three. Boundaries need no speech. Boundaries explained become negotiable. Boundaries enforced remain intact. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Self-mastery requires silence. Final Stoic truth. Silence is not weakness, it is discipline made visible. When you no longer need to explain yourself, you have arrived. Part 3. Evening Stoicism. Reflection, letting go, and ending the day without regret. The day does not end when the sun sets. It ends when the mind releases it. Most people carry the weight of the day into the night. They replay conversations. They relive mistakes. They rehearse fears for tomorrow. Stoicism refuses this burden. The Stoic does not sleep with an unexamined mind. Because how you end the day determines how you begin the next one. The forgotten discipline. Ending the day correctly. Stoicism is often associated with strength, discipline, and endurance, but one of its most powerful practices is rarely discussed. The discipline of closure. Seneca wrote that each evening should be treated like a personal tribunal, not a place of self-punishment, but a place of self-honesty. He asked himself 3 questions every night. What did I do well today? Where did I fall short? What will I do differently tomorrow? This practice transformed daily experience into long-term character. Without reflection, days blur together. With reflection, days compound into wisdom. Reviewing the day without self-hatred. Most people avoid reflection because they fear judgment. Stoicism removes judgment and replaces it with responsibility. The Stoic does not insult himself for failure. He observes it. He does not excuse mistakes. He studies them. This distinction matters. Self-criticism weakens resolve. Self-observation strengthens it. When reviewing the day, the Stoic looks for patterns, emotional triggers, moments of ego, lapses in discipline, unnecessary reactions. Not to feel guilt, but to refine tomorrow's behavior. This turns experience into instruction. Letting go of what is no longer yours. One of the greatest Stoic evening practices is learning to release the day completely. Once the day ends, it is no longer within your control. Regret does not change it. Rumination does not improve it. Resentment does not correct it. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Do not let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason." The Stoic releases conversations already spoken, outcomes already decided, opinions already formed. He returns ownership of what does not belong to him. This is how peace enters the night. Detachment from mistakes without denial. Stoicism does not deny mistakes. It refuses to identify with them. You are not your worst reaction. You are not your lapse in discipline. You are not your emotional moment. You are the one who observed it and chose to learn. This distinction preserves dignity. The Stoic corrects behavior without attacking identity. That is why Stoic discipline is sustainable. Clearing emotional residue. Emotions accumulate. If not processed, they leak into sleep, dreams, and tomorrow's decisions. The Stoic clears emotional residue deliberately. Anger is examined, then released. Disappointment is acknowledged, then put down. Pride is noticed, then neutralized. Nothing is suppressed, nothing is indulged. Everything is observed and allowed to pass. This mental hygiene is what allows Stoics to remain calm long-term. Gratitude as a nightly anchor. Stoicism is not cold realism alone. It is also grounded appreciation. Before sleep, the Stoic identifies what was sufficient, what was learned, what was endured. Not every day is good, but every day contains something instructive. Gratitude prevents bitterness from settling in the soul. It reminds the mind that survival itself is progress. Preparing the mind for tomorrow without anxiety. The Stoic does not go to sleep fearing tomorrow. He prepares, then releases. He identifies what matters: effort, intention, discipline, and releases what does not: outcomes, opinions, uncertainty. This creates a calm readiness. Marcus Aurelius viewed sleep as a reset, not an escape. Tomorrow will bring resistance, and that is acceptable. The Stoic has trained for it. Memento mori at night, ending the day fully. One of the most powerful Stoic practices occurs at night, remembering that this day could have been the last. Not to generate fear, but to generate completion. If this were your final day, did you act with integrity? Did you waste energy on trivial things? Did you live deliberately? This reflection strips away illusion. It teaches you to close each day cleanly, without unfinished emotional business.
A life lived this way leaves no regret behind. Sleep as discipline, not escape. Stoics respected rest, not as indulgence, but as preparation. Sleep restores clarity. It strengthens restraint. It renews resolve. Going to sleep with a calm mind is an act of self-respect. The Stoic does not poison rest with worry. He ends the day intentionally. The Stoic cycle: morning, day, night. Stoicism is not a single moment. It is a cycle. Morning, you prepare the mind. Day, you protect the mind. Night, you refine the mind. Repeat this cycle long enough and character becomes stable. You no longer react impulsively. You no longer depend on mood. You no longer fear difficulty. Not because life became easier, but because you became stronger. Living without regret. Regret comes from unconscious living. Stoicism replaces regret with responsibility. You act with intention. You reflect with honesty. You release with discipline. This is how life becomes lighter, even when it remains demanding. Seneca believed that the wise man lives each day fully, so he does not fear the end. Final closing, completing the Stoic path. You do not need to escape the world. You do not need to control others. You do not need perfect circumstances. You need clarity in the morning, discipline during the day, honesty at night. This is the Stoic way of building the mind. Quietly, relentlessly, daily. And over time, the mind you build becomes a place of strength no external chaos can enter.
You don't need to escape the world. You don't need to control others. You don't need perfect conditions. You need mastery over your own mind. Because when your inner world is stable, no external storm can shake you. This is not ancient philosophy. This is how strong people survive and rise quietly.